Hi Co, having a look at your examples here on the Euro US dollar, and I'm not quite sure why you would expect them to go further. You know, we're on a 1 minute chart. We should be looking for trades based on higher time frames and based on reversals on the higher time frames. So the two you've got here, I suppose if you're looking at continuations, then from the higher time frames you could sort of loosely say they were based on reversals, but you know, the times of day are very suspect as well. Late in the evening and before the American session, it's hard to see what you're asking me actually, Co, because you know, we should be thinking about entering here as a result of this reversal here. High, low, lower, high, lower, low, low, high, higher, low, higher, high. That's confirmed up. So your trade should be around here, and it should be around about here. You're trading when the move is over. I don't know where your entry, you know, where you're considering your entry should be. So, you know, the first example you gave me was this one here, when even with the swing trend here, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, you should have at least been considering entering there, not expecting it to continue. You know, on all the time frames, we should be looking to enter after it's bouncing off the zero level, not way up here, or you know, or up here, because you know, you can see what happens. I mean, historically you only have to see when this is overextended, the price starts to run out of energy. Overextended, price runs out of energy. Miles away from the hourly 8 EMA, so I would suggest you put that on your charts as well. Same here, we always want to be trading off of the hourly 8 EMA if possible, with the reversals here and here. We've gone from below to above, we've pulled back, we continue. Below to above, pulled back and continue. Not so clear there, but you know, I don't quite understand why you would expect that to go. I don't do that. I trade for 5 or 6 pips, and then just keep scalping. I don't, you know, you shouldn't be expecting that. You know, you need to get in at reversals. That's the whole idea of this high, low, lower, high, lower, low. A trend reversal. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high, close. That's what we're aiming to do. You know, if you'd have said to me, yes, I was looking at an H4 reversal here, I'll go up the time frames and see what that did actually in fact have. This one here. But even then it's out of, well no, that's wrong. I was going to say it's out of trading time, but this one is pretty much out of trading time. So M15, M30 rather. There is a reversal there, but you'd want to be getting in at that level there. There. Well, after the break of that high there, so anywhere around that level there. So that's where you want to be getting in. Why you're trying to get in, you know, involved in a trade up here, I'm not quite sure. Always get in at the bottom. Same here. You know, you've got your reversal there. Wait for the pullback. You should have been looking to enter on the breakout of this thing here. So the higher one is that one there. Those are the two levels that really, according to the M30 chart, with the M30, you know, both of these actually were bust, pullbacks, break and close. Well, actually no, because this hadn't closed then. It's very confusing actually for you and for me, because I think the best thing I can say to you, Co, is you should be getting in at reversals. Forget about continuation trades. Always be trying to get in at these, the first break of the 20. I suppose that's a good thing to say. The first break of the 20, not these massive high ones, like on your 1 minute chart. We're way overextended here. The first break of the 20 is way back here, which is right by the reversal. Not sure whether we are here. First break of the 20 is about here, which is the breakout of the M1. This is a 5 minute chart. You're just entering way too high. You shouldn't be trading sort of these continuations without momentum breaks, as it were. Got to be breaking near the 20, as near to the 20 and as near to the hourly 8 EMA as possible. As near to the first 20, I should say. I don't know. I just I don't understand why you thought that would just continue. Because again, you're right at the top of the move. That's why that reversed. Why would you expect that to find momentum at that point there? I suppose is my question. We get momentum at breakouts. This is like momentum, the break of the 20, the break of the 20, the break of the 20. That's what we're looking for, the break of the 20 line, and vice versa, the break of the 20 line down. This, at any point here, we could have exhaustion. On the 1 minute especially. I suppose if we were on the 30 minute and it was up here and you had a good strong trend in place on the 30 minute, something like a candle around here, then yes, I'd expect it to continue. But unless I'm missing something, Co, and please don't take this as rude criticism, I can't understand why you would expect that to continue like it is, just on the face of these. All of these are begging to reverse, really. So apologies if that sounds a bit harsh, and apologies if I've missed the point entirely. I'm going to pause this and look at the EZ example you gave as well. Hello again, Co. Right, I've just been studying this EZ one as well that you've presented me with, and I think I'm not sure why you're concentrating on the M1 when really you should be using the M1 for your entries and concentrating on the higher time frame. So in this instance, the M15 here prior to your M30 here prior to your M1 that you showed me that you thought should have gone further had just closed. So you've got to really trade as close to that M30. You've got the dip, the pullback and continuation. So that you've got to be as close. So I'm going to put that crosshairs line in there at the end of that candle. So you've got to be as close to that candle as you can with your entry. You mentioned the H1 was down as well. H1 on the prior to your entry it was going down. That's fine. It was red prior to your entry. And then the M30, as we've said, and the M15 had just busted the 20 level as well, but not just. So the entry candle was nearer to this one. That's the bust and break of the 20. So you're late, basically. We're always trying to catch the reversals. So we should have been looking to enter about here. So I'm going to put another line in there, because that's the bust, that's the pullback. This one didn't break the low of that one by the looks of it. Double check that. Minus 15.069. minus 13, right? So this was the entry candle, which ties up with my line, your line. There's no reversal there. You've obviously gone into some continuation with M1, I imagine. So let's have a look at the difference again. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're entering really late if you're considering this was your entry. Just let me double check. Yeah, I'm on the right line. So at the very least you should have considered entering there and just taking whatever it gave you. I'm talking about there, because that was where the break and bust was on the M1 chart, which was 8 or 9 pips, or 8 pips, and then they spread off. Here's the reversal here. This isn't a reversal, that's just a that's just a sort of, well, it's nothing really. You want to be trying to get pull back. There's the confirmation, the reversal. That one tied up with, you know, this is a scalping strategy. That is the exact bar you would have entered on there. The bust, the pullback, the break and close. So you need to be mindful of reversals, I think, Co. And this was the original possible entry. Way over here, again, a reversal, break and close through the 20. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high. High, low, lower, high, lower, low, and close. There, pullback, entry. I'm a scalper. I'm going for 5 or 6 pips every time, Co. That's what you should be doing, and not, you know, these are late entries. All of these have been late entries. The euro, 2 euro ones, you know, you're buying at the tops on the euros, and this one was late. You're buying at the bottom, really. You know, when this is overextended almost. Always buy when you've had your reversal, your pullback, and your continuation. These are late. Hopefully, if I've misunderstood what you're trying to say, I apologise, but that's how I see it. It's very difficult to analyse other people's charts when they're not following the rules. You know, you're just buying, you know, you're so far from a reversal on all of those 3 charts that it's difficult to understand whether I've got the right gist of your questions. Let me know anyway. I don't, you know, I will always try to get to the bottom of these things, but I think you're just entering late.